Hey everybody, Heather here. I wanted to make a video about driving for Uber and DVTs. DVTs are deep vein thrombosis, which are blood clots. So for any of you that might not be interested, it's having to do with driving and a medical issue. I don't know if you want to watch. But those of you that have had blood clots or have one, it's kind of interesting. First of all, sorry for the lighting. I got the sun coming up behind me, waiting for it to be time to go to work. Anyway, I had a deep vein thrombosis, a DVT, a full-length one in my leg, my lower calf, all the way up my thigh to my groin area. And it was the result of a fracture in my leg, which, oh my gosh, I don't have a cool story for fracturing my leg. My story is kind of stupid. Basically, standing at the bottom of the staircase watching these guys try to bring a refrigerator downstairs. And they came up with an awesome idea to, let's put the refrigerator on a side and see if it'll slide down. And you just control it from the bottom. I'll control it from the top. Well, I'm standing there like an idiot watching them going, oh, wait a minute, guys. I don't think that's a good idea. That refrigerator might just slide down really fast. Not a good idea. You shouldn't do that. Well, that's what happened. As soon as it got on its side, that thing, full force, started sliding down. And the guy, trying to control it from the bottom, did some flips. And the guy and the refrigerator came down on me against my leg and pushed me against the door frame and fractured my tibial plateau. In fact, the hospital was like, how did this happen? We usually see this with very, like car crashes and stuff, really blunt force trauma. And I'm like, well, a guy in a refrigerator came down the staircase. I'm like, oh, okay. And I knew it was broke right when it happened. I was like, I think my leg's broke, and I just like slid down the wall. Anyway, 2 weeks from there, I ended up having a small blood clot in the lower part of my calf. My orthopedic doctor at the time was like, oh, it's fine. It's in your lower part of your leg. It should just dissolve. You'll be okay. Well, no, because that was like the 1st of December. So by the 31st of December, New Year's Eve, I was in the hospital with a life-threatening blood clot, full length of my leg. So anyway, between that and the fracture, I hated life. I thought I was never going to walk again. It was miserable. And I was out for like a year. But anyway, I never thought in a million years I'd be driving for Uber. No way. I never thought I'd be able to do that. Because sitting for too long, you can get a blood clot. One can start within 2 hours, just sitting, being stationary too long. And I've been able to do it, and I use prevention. And what I do is every hour, not more than 2 hours, I will get out of my car and walk around my car just to get that blood flowing. And when the calls start coming in, like boom, 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 or the requests, and I can't get out to exercise my leg, I'll do my foot pumps, which is, lift my feet up, point them down, up, down, and just do it over and over. It's kind of hard to get around the gas pedal and the brake and stuff, but I do it. I find a way. And I do that. I take my aspirin every day. And so it is possible. I mean, if you've had a blood clot and you suffer like me with the swelling and stuff, talk to your doctor if you are interested in driving for Uber, because with prevention, it has worked for me. And it's, I have had a time where I didn't really do as much exercising, and I started feeling it, and I know when I got to start working it, because my leg starts to kind of ache and get swelled. But it was Thanksgiving week. I had like a week off of work, so I was like, oh, I'm going to, make some money, bank some hours, drive for Uber. And so I overdid it, totally overdid it. And I stayed busy, and I wasn't paying attention and getting enough exercise in my leg to get the blood flowing. And it started swelling and having those weird pains. And I started feeling like when I first had a blood clot. So I was like, oh, shit. It was so much that I was so worried. I ended up going to the hospital and getting a scan. And then they had told me, oh, okay, you do have another blood clot. We're keeping you overnight. And I thought my life was over. Started me on blood thinners. And I'm like, oh, my God, I really enjoy driving for Uber. And then, God, this happens. I just can't. Anyway, the next morning, thank God, the doctor said, you do not have a new blood clot. He said, this morning your scans were reviewed and compared to the past scans that I've had, because I've been there, with past scans. And it turned out in my thigh I had residual blood clot, which was left over that hardened from the first time, and which was causing me pain and stuff. But it wasn't new. So, my blood was flowing good. I had blood thinners in me going, and he just told me, actually gave me the option to stay on blood thinners just as a precaution and to not have to worry so much, or just take aspirin. I chose the aspirin. Blood thinners have some side effects. But anyway, so ever since then, I'm very cautious and do preventative things. And even if it's good out there, and my leg starts aching, and I know I need to get off of it and go elevated at home, I do. But I'm able to drive for Uber. I'm able to drive by just following, those things that I do. And so again, if you have had a DVT and you want to drive for Uber, but you don't think you can because, sitting can provoke one. And as if you've had one, as you know, once you've had one, you're susceptible to another one more than a regular person. Talk to your doctor and see what they say. And hopefully you'll get the go-ahead and just follow the preventative measures that the doctor recommends so you can enjoy yourself and do what you want to do. You want to drive. So I just want to share that I had suffered with one, and I still have the yucky side effects from having one, but I'm still out there driving. Been driving, and I've only had one scare, and it wasn't a blood clot. Just, overworking my leg. Sorry, this is my little magic stick here that's helping me quit smoking. Man, it looks like you're taking a bong rip or something where the smoke comes out. I don't smoke weed, but I know what a bong rip is. Anyway, smoking is bad too. People that have blood clots can help, or can actually make you have a blood clot a lot more than somebody that doesn't smoke. So anyway, so that's what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about DVTs. I'm sure a lot of drivers are aware, and if they're not, please be aware that sitting for long periods of time can cause a blood clot, and blood clots can be life-threatening. If you drive taxi, Uber, whatever you Lyft, whatever you drive, any kind of ride share, make sure you exercise, keep the blood flowing in your legs, preferably every hour, but not more than every 2. Make sure it's within 2 hours. You do that, because it's dangerous and it's not worth it, Anyway, so for now, I'm going to let you go because I got to get into work. I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. And stay safe out there until I talk to you again. Hopefully Friday I'll have some good stories for you. I'll have some great driving to talk about. We'll see. All right, stay safe. Take care. Oh, don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff.